When a crisis hits, we typically have a first reaction, which is what's happening. In the slide that you're looking at, there's this gentleman standing in his small boat looking into the fog, and it seems like an enormous boat is coming towards him. The first reaction is disbelief. I have a great personal story. I was with friends some years ago on Lake Ontario, and we were a small boat. There were about 8 or 9 of us, and we were sailing from Oakville down to Niagara. And it was a pleasant afternoon, and as the evening started to come on, it started to get a little dark. We were enjoying ourselves on the boat. And then suddenly out of the dark was this enormous foghorn type noise. Very loud, somewhat scary. Our first reaction was, what is that? And our second reaction was, let's ignore it. The captain of our boat indicated that this was one of these tankers that go up and down the Great Lakes around the US-Canada border. And in fact, we need to take action right away. The discussion ensued. So why now? We can hardly see this boat. It's, this tanker is miles away. Is it even coming in our direction? So because the captain of the boat had been involved with these kinds of situations before, he knew to get out of the way and get out of the way quickly, because these boats come at an incredible speed, more so than you as the observer will realize. It creates a wake that can hurt or topple your boat if you're not careful. And so it was a learning curve for all of us to take action quickly and to get out of the way. With COVID-19, we've seen the same problem. With a virus that grows exponentially, at first there's 1 or 2 cases in China. We don't worry. Then there's a few more, and then it's suddenly doubling every few days. And we carry on our normal life because we assume it will not come to our part of the world. Well, now as we're recording this video at the end of March, we know it's worldwide, and it's now escalating at a phenomenal rate. With any crisis, whether it's a boat in your path, a big tanker coming across the lake, or a virus, our first reaction is to freeze and then disbelieve. We need to address those issues and address them quickly. When you talk to financial people in a crisis, the first thing they jump to is, oh my gosh, let's get to the numbers. They look at financial statements, or they want to update the financial statements. How's our revenues doing? What's happening to our profits? They have a system that is designed for business as usual. Our accounting systems are not designed for a crisis. So in a crisis, the key things that we need to focus on, one is our cash flow. And our cash flow on a weekly or daily basis. The idea of waiting for the month end is too long in most cases. Most of our accounting systems are only designed to report once a month, once a quarter, or once a year. So one of the challenges, how do we track information daily and weekly in a way we've never tracked it before? In our course that we offer for our students called the Finance Masterclass, we go into a lot more detail on this topic, and we talk about the importance of what we call a 13-week cash flow. In essence, what it is you want to, as best you can, estimate all the money coming in week by week for the next 13 weeks and try and figure out how you can get more cash coming in, and also how you can stop the cash going out, what bills you can delay paying, what costs you can save. And by tracking this, you have at least a 12 or 13-week warning of a problem coming. Many business owners only look at their bank balance day by day and are constantly surprised because one day they may have cash in the bank and think they're okay. Then some bills get paid and suddenly they don't have cash. This living day to day doesn't give you enough time to plan for a crisis. So in our masterclass, we take students through this in more detail. But the essence of this is your traditional financial information is not a priority. Your managing of your cash flow is a priority. If you have financial people in your company, they need to get this message and they need to get it quickly.